So another farmer have called me today. Asking a certain disease and was saying he is facing a challenge on that disease, the disease of water or ascitis. And when he called me, he was saying, I'm suffering a disease at my farm of water. And I have to say, water is not a disease. The disease is not called water. Water is a condition. And because when we are saying water, we are describing what the bed is like. So it's a disease when some water accumulates in the belly or in the stomach of the bed, and automatically it can die or lose weight, and you cannot do well. So that's the condition. The farmer, a certain farmer, had called me asking and inquiring what he could do or to in order to solve that problem. So that disease, I said, is ascitis, and I've seen it good to share with you. Usually I love to share problems or to give advice on how to solve certain problems. So this condition I'm saying is a disease which is called ascitis, and I've decided to share with you, to tell you what is ascitis. What is ascitis? The information I gave him, I think somebody could not call me, somebody could not ask me, but it doesn't mean to say is not facing that challenge or that disease at his farm. So I've decided to share with you, so that somebody who has not called me but is facing that same problem can also get help, can also be assisted, can also get knowledge. Because to me, sharing knowledge is something I love. I love so much, because I'm not jealous. I want people to go well. I want farmers to do well. So it's not good for somebody to just not to be stingy with the knowledge. I don't think it's a good thing. It's good to share the knowledge so that we can do well as farmers. So this disease, I am saying ascitis. Other farmers, like the one I'm talking to, I'm referring to, they call it water. But water is a condition. We will be just describing what is happening to your bed. So ascitis is a condition. It's under respiratory diseases. It's a condition which attacks the respiratory organs. But there are three things that causes ascitis. So those things, are the things I want to share with you and how to prevent them. So number one is obesity. When your birds eat more feed than it is supposed to be eating, and when the feed have high cholesterol or high fat, your bird can attain more weight than its age. So that's what we are calling obesity. And once it do that, what happens is the heart is not matching the size of the body of the chicken. Remember, I said in another video, on day 21, your bird must be weighing something like 900 grams. But when you find your bird at a day 21 weighing 1.2 kgs, 1.3 kgs, please, what you can do is you can withdraw the feed. Maybe for 2 hours, 3 hours, leave them with the water, just with the water only, so that they can reduce the weight. Because if you can leave them like that, the heart can find it very difficult for it to pump the blood to the wall of the body. And what happens is the heart ends up dripping water from the heart, and that water can accumulate in the stomach. So that's what we are calling ascites. Then that's condition one. The other condition is when in your chicken house you are failing to do the correct litter management. And when you fail to do the correct litter management, remember I said the golden rule in litter management is your litter must be dry and loose always. Your litter must be dry and loose always. Avoid litter caking, avoid wet patches. So what I'm saying is, when you see that there are some certain wet patches, just get in and scoop and remove that area which is wet and replace with a new wood shavings or whatsoever material you are using for bedding, whether it is dry grassy hay or cotton husks, chicken rice husks, or whatsoever you are using, you have to replace with a dry material. Then so that you cannot have that smell, that ammonia gas. What I'm calling is ammonia gas, some may not know what is ammonia gas, but ammonia gas is that the smell that comes out of your chicken house when you are failing to adhere or to do the proper litter management. We end up having that choking gas which we call ammonia gas. And once they do have that ammonia gas, I always say you can compare your bed, your chicken, to a person who takes in too much smoking, too much smoking. That's what I can compare to. So that it's simply meant to say that ammonia gas can goes on to affect the respiratory organs, especially the heart, the lungs, the bowel, bladder, and the like. So you end up, the heart can be affected, and it end up dripping or dropping the water from the heart, and that water can accumulate in the stomach or in the belly. That's when you end up saying that's belly water. But I'm saying belly water is a condition, is not the disease is called ascites. The disease is called ascites. So in order to address or to prevent that disease, please, the number two thing, make sure that you have correct litter management and you don't have that ammonia gas, that smelling gas in your chicken house. Make sure, usually you must have your chicken house must be have enough ventilation. You see, I'm in the chicken house, but you can see out there the maze. We are seeing there everything. Even if I can show you this side there, you see, you are seeing the outside. To mean we have enough aeration and enough ventilation, so you cannot have that ammonia gas. That's the second thing. Then the third thing, this ascites can be worse during the winter season. If these birds can suffer from too much coldness, what happens is the blood vessels, they goes deeper into the body, and the heart struggles to pump blood to the outer vessels, so that that's why you see in the winter, if you see in the winter that the skin of your birds is turning to white and developing those goose pimples, it simply means to say your temperatures are low. You have to address the issue of temperature. And if that happens, it simply meant to say the heart will be struggling to pump the blood to the outer vessels, and thereby it ends up dropping or dripping the water from the heart. The water ends up dripping from the heart and accumulates in the belly or in the stomach. That's another condition. When you end up saying I'm suffering from my beds are having belly water, and I said belly water is a condition. The disease is called ascites. So I have mentioned three things in this video. Number one, obesity, when we are using feed which have high cholesterol. Number two, I've talked of ammonia gas, when we are failing to have good litter management. Number three, I've talked of poor temperature management. When your birds are suffering from too much cold, they can also end up with that ascites. So this is what I've decided to share with you on this video. Let's meet on another day. I love you all. Thank you.